computer is very sensitive to being moved, so I can't really hold it. Because every time I move it a little bit too intensely, it freezes completely. So this is the easiest way for me to do this. So, if I remember, I may do some soft spoken and close whispering. We'll see. And I also added my fluffy mic cover today so that the breathy sounds aren't as intense. But let me know how it sounds, if you like it, if you don't. Yeah. Alright, let's get started. I have the top posts for the week pulled up onto my laptop. And we're going to see what looks interesting. Okay. Let's do this one. Alright. This one is called Am I the A-hole for ruining my coworker's big reveal by guessing it right away. This is bothering me. That's better. Okay. So I, 24 male, work in an office where we all get along pretty well. One of my coworkers, Amy, 30 female, is super into dramatic announcements. She's real for that though. She once revealed she got a dog by bringing in balloons shaped like paw prints. That's cute. She's fun and we all humor her because honestly the office can get boring. Hey, that sounds like a pretty fun environment to me. I don't know. I mean, if someone did that for every little thing, maybe it would get annoying, but like every once in a while, that's like kind of cute. Last week, Amy was bursting with excitement. She kept hinting that she had huge news, but wouldn't tell anyone until Friday during our team lunch. All week, she was dropping vague hints like it's something life-changing and you'll never guess. Okay, well, that would annoy me a little bit. If you're like taking the whole week to be like, guys, you're never gonna guess, I'm going to tell you later, I'd be like, just tell me now. Okay. Naturally, this got everyone speculating. Was she engaged, pregnant, won the lottery, bought a house? By Thursday, I was kind of over it. So when she made another big I can't wait to tell you all comment, I jokingly said, what, are you pregnant or something? ... Well, she froze, looked at me and said, yes, that's my news. The room got super awkward. She looked upset and a couple of our coworkers gave me the stink eye. I apologized right away, saying I was just guessing and didn't mean to ruin her moment. She brushed it off, but the vibe was weird for the rest of the day. Dang. Friday rolls around and during the big lunch reveal she goes, as some of you may have already figured out, I'm pregnant. Everyone clapped, but I could tell she was still annoyed. Later she told me I stole her thunder and that I should have let her have her moment. I get it, but also, how was I supposed to know? I had to guess right. True. That is true. Some of my coworkers agree with her and think I was rude. Others think it's not a big deal since it was just a lucky guess. Now I'm wondering, am I the a-hole for accidentally spoiling her big announcement? There's an edit. She had previously brought up the hopes of pregnancy or else the comment would have never been made. Let's see what people are saying, because I don't know how I'm thinking. TBH, if she wanted to surprise everyone, she should have cut to the chase a lot sooner. Yeah, okay. And then there's there's a response to that, and it says, if you're a woman between the ages of like 16 and 50, literally the first second you hint that something interesting and big is going on in your life, everyone you know starts asking you whether you're pregnant. That's very true though. So I feel like he's not an a-hole because he didn't mean to hurt her feelings. He didn't mean to do anything. She kind of ruined it for herself by dragging it out for so many days, like a whole week of work, dragging something out like that. Like if it were me, for example, because I'm not getting pregnant anytime soon, but if I was pregnant, like I wouldn't hint at it for so long. He just made an offhand comment. So yeah. Someone said, you'll never guess until you did. That's funny. If you really want a surprise, you don't announce it for days on end. I agree. Okay, let's go to the next one. Am I the a-hole for telling my best friend if she wasn't always trying to get with my husband, her boyfriend wouldn't have left her? Was that a dog? Anyway, that's juicy, y'all. I, 27 female, have been best friends with Kira, 27 female, since we were little. We were neighbors. We went to the same school, college, etc. She was my maid of honor when I married Rowan, 28 male, who we went to college with. At first, Kira had a big crush on him, but he started liking me. We slowly got closer and I started liking him too. This was after Kira had told me she'd gotten over him and was dating another guy. That seems important. But I still felt really guilty and didn't want to date him if it would hurt Kira. Yeah, I get that. I asked her multiple times if she was okay with it, and she said she was, so I thought it was fine. I would also think it was fine. Kira has been with her latest boyfriend, Adam, 27 male, for about a year or so. However, over the last few months, she's been acting strange towards Rowan. Around Rowan, excuse me. Oh, that's her husband, okay. Whenever we'd be hanging out with the three of us, or even with Adam there, she'd always find some way to sit next to Rowan, laugh at everything he said, etc. I didn't think anything of it initially, because I knew that's kind of her personality, and her and Rowan are friends. But then she always started asking me if Rowan was there before she came over, and if I said no, she'd often suddenly say she couldn't come, although sometimes she would say that even if I said he was there. Rowan also told me about a comment she made to him once, about how he was so patient for putting up with me being too tired to do anything with him now that I was pregnant. Which I thought was weird. The odd behavior continued, but to be honest, the pregnancy had been keeping me too exhausted to give it a lot more thought, and Rowan seemed as friendly with Kira as always. But 2 days ago, our mutual friend Shay threw a dinner party. Me and Rowan went, as did Kira and Adam. Why do I keep saying his name like that? I'm sorry. Kira got a bit tipsy, and she kept trying to sit with Rowan and touch him on site. He excused himself a few times, but she kept finding him. I tried to get her off a few times, and I was getting mad because this was a new line she was crossing. Yeah. She was slurring about how I stole Rowan from her. Girl. Thankfully, Adam was too busy talking to Shay's husband to hear this, but he definitely saw Kira's actions. The next afternoon, I was at Shay's again with some friends when Kira showed up. She was crying about how Adam had broken up with her that day, saying he didn't think that they were going to work out. Everyone was consoling her, but I was kind of sitting there. I couldn't help but feel like she brought this upon herself. Duh. She asked me, "Aren't you going to say something?" So I said, "Maybe Adam wouldn't have left you if you weren't trying to get with Rowan all the time." Some of our other friends were shocked to hear this and got mad at Kira. I mean, yeah, some got angry with me, saying Kira was just really friendly with everyone, and that was a horrible accusation to make. Kira was upset, saying she couldn't believe I thought that Okay, I'm gonna have to interject here and give my 2 cents because my boyfriend and I hang around my friends a good amount of the time, and 90% of them are women, except for our one roommate that comes and hangs out with us. And if any of those girls ever were sitting on my boyfriend and trying to touch him in any way, shape, or form, I'd be so mad. I'm very lucky to have friends that, respect my relationship, and a boyfriend that respects my relationship. This would literally ruin something. Like I can't even. Yeah, that's crazy. So, we're gonna read some of the, not the a-holes, because part of me is like what I just said, like I would be so mad if someone did that with my boyfriend, but at the same time, I don't think she needed to say it in front of everyone. Like, I can understand why she did, okay? She was probably angry, and she was like, you liked him in college, and you said you were over him years ago, and now you're like doing all this with him. Like, I can understand where she was coming from, but I feel like she should have made it a private conversation. Do you know what I'm saying? Confronted her privately. That's just my only thing. So I'm gonna read this. Just this comment, maybe a few. Not the a-hole, well, not entirely. Yes, it was kind of rude to just say that after she had been dumped, but she had been acting like this for a long time. That's what I'm saying. But again, I feel like it could have been a private conversation that happened earlier on until it got to this point. And then everyone's saying that the poster needs to dump Kira as a friend, and I agree because she made some interesting comments. People are saying, why are you keeping her in your life? Someone said, Kira is trying to, your husband. You're not the a-hole for saying that, but you're the a-hole for allowing her to make your husband uncomfortable. Yeah, I just feel like this needed to be addressed way earlier on and in a different way, because that's just like, that went way too far. And there comes a point where you gotta do something yourself. You gotta, like, something I didn't really see in the post though is like, did the husband ever say anything about this to the poster? Did he say anything about how he was uncomfortable to her? Because it did say he excused himself when she was like all up on him, which sometimes that's like the nicest thing you can do, which, like, I can understand. So I don't know, I think there's just things that needed to be different, but definitely not the a-hole. Let's find another juicy one. Tell me why. On the top, am I the a-hole posts of the week? There's one called Boomers Being Fools. That's the subreddit, and it says, I did the baby shark thing today. Do a speakerphone boomer today. I don't know what that means. What is the baby shark thing? Just the song? I don't know. This has a good amount of upvotes, so we're going to, oh wow, after one day there's almost 6,000 votes. So we're going to read this one. Maybe I'll do a couple more after this, I'm not totally sure. Okay. This one is called, Am I the a-hole for defending my boyfriend against my dad? I recently had a baby with my boyfriend of 3 years, Nick. I work as a nurse with crazy hours, and Nick previously worked in a warehouse. While I was pregnant, Nick expressed to me how he wanted to stay at home with the baby, at least for the first couple of years, as his dad was not in his life, and he wants to soak up every moment of our child's life. That's sweet. We both agreed this would be best for our baby. I come from a conservative family, and my parents were first not too pleased that we had a baby before marriage. Oh, my dad has made little hints here and there to Nick, asking, when is he going to make me an honest woman? Okay, when I told them Nick would stay at home with the baby, my dad took his glasses off, wiped his forehead, and shook his head, but did not say anything further. Yeah, shut your mouth, father. Why are you saying these things? Recently, at a family function, my cousin announced that she is pregnant. Everyone was giving her and her husband congratulations. My dad made a slide remark to them saying, "Talk to Nick here, he's an expert at the baby stuff." Mind your business. The comment was obviously meant to belittle Nick, and my boyfriend just gave a nervous chuckle and nodded. Later in the day, our baby needed a diaper change. I was in the process of getting up to change him when my dad said to us, "Whoa, isn't that Nick's role? You do nothing while my daughter works. You can at least change a diaper while she is with her folks." Then she says, "I had it." Yeah, I told my dad to stop with his remarks. Nick is an equal partner in our relationship, and he is a wonderful dad who does most of the childcare. I told him just because he did F all of the children rearing for me and my siblings, that does not mean all men need to be like him, and he needs to get with the times, because this isn't uncommon anymore. Yes, girl. Things got awkward, and my mom quickly changed the subject to someone else. My dad was pretty quiet for the rest of the night. After this event, my dad called me saying I disrespected him in front of our family and I was out of line. He said I insulted him as a father and to apologize. I told him I had nothing to apologize for, and I was tired of him picking on Nick. My mom agrees with my father that I was too harsh on my dad. I think I've seen this film before. And I didn't like the ending. Okay. I don't know how that saw speaking was, you let me know, but the overall vote is that not the a-hole, and like, duh. Because like, I understand that when you grow up in a certain type of bubble or family or like family values, that you maybe judge how other people live their lives, right? But at the same time, this is your daughter, and if she and her boyfriend have made their own decisions with their child, unless there's like some sort of abuse happening, like you have no right to say how someone should parent their child or how their family should work and how they interact. Yeah. Someone said, "Not the a-hole, your dad is a chauvinist and probably a misogynist too. His attitude needs an adjustment. He will probably never change. You will have to. You need to set boundaries and stay with them." There's a little more in that, but yeah, I mean, again, I don't fully agree with the people never change, because sometimes people change. I've seen people change from homophobic to not. Like, I've witnessed it firsthand, so I don't know. I don't necessarily believe that he can't change, but I do agree that he probably won't if he hasn't already, because it seems like he's always been like this. So yeah, that's really sad, but definitely not the a-hole. Okay, I think we have time for maybe 2 more, but I don't know, maybe just 1. We'll see. This one looks interesting. It's not very long either, so I'll probably do another one after this. Am I the a-hole for breaking up with my boyfriend because he's a mama's boy? Mama's boy, mama's boy, mama's boy. Mama's boy. I, 28, female, recently broke up with my boyfriend, 30, male, because of his relationship with his mom. I see where this is going. Guys, I've dated a mama's boy. It's one thing to have a beautiful relationship with your mother. It's another thing to be her Sir. Okay. Oh, it looks like it gets worse. When she's around, he completely reverts to a child. He stops flushing the toilet, doesn't clean up after himself, and just acts like he's 8 years old. Oh my god. This man's 30. I know I keep saying that, but he's 30. It's like all the maturity and independence I fell for just disappears. Oh my god. I tried to talk to him about how uncomfortable it made me. I explained that while I respect his love for his mom, I think there should be some boundaries. Yeah, no duh. He brushed it off, saying I was overreacting and that it was just how they've always been. That's insane. I'm gonna chill. I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep reading. I'm scared. The final straw was when she stayed over for the weekend and he expected me to cater to her the way that she caters to him. I'm talking about cleaning up after both of them, cooking all the meals, and even joining in their bizarre nap routine. I felt like I was in the third wheel in my own relationship. Oh my god. After that, I told him I couldn't do it anymore and ended things. Honestly, yeah. I don't even have, I'm gonna finish reading it, but I don't even have to know that she's not the a-hole. He was shocked and said I was jealous of his mom. It's not jealous, babe, it's disgust. And just didn't understand their bond. His mom, of course, called me ungrateful and immature. Divorce, babe. Divorce. Now I'm wondering if I overreacted. I didn't make him choose between me and his mom. That's true, she didn't. But I also couldn't see myself in a relationship where I felt like the side character to their dynamic. Am I the a-hole? Someone said, what a bad day to have eyeballs, girl, not the a-hole. That's so funny. You didn't overreact, you dodged a bullet. Find someone who acts like an adult and doesn't need mommy to wash their underwear. Run far and don't look back, seriously. Yeah, literally, that's actually insane. OP responded to a comment that said, what is their bizarre nap routine, which I was also wondering, and she said, they cuddle together on the couch. She rubs his temples until he falls asleep. Ma'am. Having a close relationship with your mom is fine. That's weird. That sounds like a word that I can't say on YouTube. I also can't read that on YouTube, so I'm going to move on, but we're just gonna say definitely not the a-hole. Okay, we're gonna do one more before my phone dies and or I run out of storage. This one seems a little bit juicy. So this is going to be the last one for the night, and then I'll say my goodbyes. Am I the a-hole for telling my best friend the truth about why I skipped their wedding? So here's the deal. My best friend, 30 female, let's call her Anna, recently got married. We've been super close since college, and I, 31 female, was thrilled when she asked me to be her maid of honor. I helped her plan the wedding, threw a bachelorette party, and even handled some last-minute vendor drama. Then came the dress fitting. The bridesmaids' dresses Anna picked were not great for my body type. I'm plus size, but I didn't say anything because it was her day. That's really nice. However, during the fitting, Anna made a comment like, well, at least you're in the back for most of the photos. That is so mean to say to your best friend. Can you imagine? Everyone laughed, but I felt humiliated. Yeah, I would too. That's awful. That is so mean for no reason. Like, you didn't need to say that. Later, I told her privately that her comment hurt my feelings. Instead of apologizing, she said, I didn't mean it like that, but you know the dress wasn't made for curvier girls. I figured you'd get that. That's so awful. I didn't push it, but I started to feel weird about the whole wedding. Yeah, over the next few weeks, she made other small digs about my appearance, like joking about me needing extra fabric for alterations. I decided to step back emotionally, but I didn't want to ruin her day, so I planned to suck it up. The night that was a final straw for me. I told her I wasn't feeling well and didn't attend the wedding. You had every right to do that. When Anna texted me afterward asking why I really missed the wedding, I told her the truth. Her comments made me feel like she didn't value me as a friend. Her comments made me feel like she didn't value me as a friend, and I couldn't face being there. She blew up, saying I ruined her day, made it all about me, and embarrassed her in front of everyone by ghosting her wedding. Girl, our mutual friends are split. Some think I should have just gone and dealt with it for one day, while others think Anna crossed a line. Yes, she crossed a line. It's not just one line she crossed. How many? 1 comment, 2 comment, 3 comment, 4 comment. There's 4 comments noted here, all leading up to the wedding. And then that one on the night before saying, all eyes on the bridesmaids and not you. That's just mean. Like, why would you even? So, am I the a-hole for skipping my best friend's wedding and telling her the real reason why? Definitely not the a-hole. However, what I will say is, as soon as this woman didn't hear you when you said you were uncomfortable with the comment she made in the first place at the dress fitting, you should have just dipped. But at the same time, knowing me, my best friend would never treat me like this in the first place. So, like, I would have sucked it up for her, because, like, that's very out of character for her. But what I'm wondering is, are we missing a part of the story where this has been happening their entire friendship? And she just didn't clock it till now. Because it feels like Anna is not a friend. It seems like she's been doing this probably for a long time. Like, why would you randomly start being like that after years of friendship? She said since college they've been friends in their 30s, so it's probably been at least 10 years, right? That's just crazy. Everyone is saying she treated you so badly, but you're better off not having her in your life. And I would have to agree. I hope that you enjoyed